Hello families, it's Mrs. Bailey with another homework tip to help you with division, showing what I've been teaching the kids in class how to do division, which is a little bit different than what we did. We have learned also today how to divide when there is a zero in the dividend, in the big number, or there might be a zero in the answer. So I'm going to show you how the partial quotient strategy does help avoid some errors. Okay, so as students see, they have 204 divided by 4. They do not have enough hundreds, so they're going to unbundle those hundreds and turn them into tens, which gives them a total of 20 tens. 20 tens divided by 4 is 5 tens, otherwise how we say 50. So I tell the students, imagine there's a little tiny multiplication symbol right there. So they hand out 50 4 times for a total of 200 divided out. What is left is 4 ones. There are no tens. So this is easy. 4 divided by 4 is simply 1. All right, and so what they have is 1 times 4 is 4, which leaves you an answer with 0 left. And then the quotient, when they put the partial quotients together, the answer is 51. Simple done, no errors, the zeros don't confuse. So this is even helpful when we get to something even larger, like so. Watch here. Now that we've been doing 4-digit division, we have 4,218 divided by 3. So what the students think about first is how many thousands they have. There's 3 thousands. Imagine having, or sorry, 4 thousands. Imagine having $4,000 bills, and you have to give them to 3 people. Okay, everybody can get at least 1,000 each. 1,000 handed out divided 3 times is 3,000. Okay, so we subtract to see what is remaining. So we have 1,218. See how easy it is to subtract without bringing all those numbers down? Now we don't have enough thousands, so we have to make change. We turn that 1,000 into 12 hundreds. 12 is a multiple of 3. I count by threes. 3, 6, 9, 12. That is 4 hundreds. 400 times 3 is 1,200. Okay, so when we subtract now, we're only left with 18. Now this is where the partial product strategy really is helpful. I don't have enough tens, but so this now I have to unbundle this and make this all ones. We have 18 ones. Well, I know that 6 times 3 is 18, so that means that 18 divided by 3 is 6. So there's the 18 ones all divided out equally for an answer of 1,406. Now I want to show you why I teach the students this partial quotient strategy. Okay, so kind of back when I was a kid, and this is why I struggled with math, is I was taught one way and we're taught to bring it down and so forth. So I call this the old-fashioned way, otherwise known as how we were taught back in school. So like with the first problem, it's pretty simple. You know, we have the 5, and so we have, that's 20, and you take that, and there's nothing left, and then you bring down the 4, and so forth. So sometimes that 0 can be confusing, and so this is how we were taught, and then we end up with a 51 answer, which works pretty simple. But when you come to something like this is where the errors begin. This is where I struggle. So I see, okay, I have 4,000, so I can do 1, so that means I give out 3, so there's 1 left. So you got to bring down that 2, so now we have 12. 12 divided by 3 is 4, so now we're up to 14. Okay, so I subtract that. Okay, then I got to bring down this 1. Okay, so that's not enough, so I'm going to bring down the 18. This is where the errors happen. Okay, so 18 divided by 3 is 6. 6 times 3 is 18. Okay, so my answer is 146. But when I check with multiplication, okay, and that's 12 plus 2 is 14. And then we have 4. It doesn't match. The reason is I forgot to put that 0 in there. And that's what happens a lot, and at least that's what I did as a kid, which is why I like to teach the students how to break up those quotients so you realize there is no 10 and you don't worry or make an error there. So the students, they're plugging through, they're struggling a little bit, but as we always say, the struggle is real and that's where the learning happens. So as we're going into this partial products strategy algorithm, they are getting it. So I always tell them, take one place value at a time. Start with the thousands, then go to the hundreds, the tens, and then the ones. And eventually you will have what it is, each quotient for each group, and that will help you find your answer. Thanks for listening. Thanks for all your help with your kids.